This conference will now be recorded.
Okay. Yeah. We'll continue and we'll discuss about the fundamentals of the programming and so how the documents will be shared with you. So I'll explain those part. Yeah, this project will be shared in GitHub, uh, like where what are the running nodes, it will be provided here. And if there is any links which is useful for you or which is like all the assignments links will be provided in the same notes. Yeah, and this project I'll push it into the JIT and I'll explain you how to get it from the JIT. If you are not aware of that, just I'll you it will be useful of that explanation. Yeah, the demo class we have done some examples and we have written a few test cases. Okay, so we'll start from the fresh brand new. Yeah, so whenever you are working on a Java or be it a first one or two classes, you forget about the programming languages. You just see that. So why the programming languages exist? Like, so what is a program and what are the basic internals of the programs? Like when you are learning the programming, what are the fundamental concepts we should know that the basic elements you can say that what are the basic elements we required and how we are going to use those basic elements to solve the problem. Yeah, so when you take the programming, so when you take the programming, like so or when you are saying the program, so what is a program? And it's like when you say that the programs are like you're going to write a set of instructions to solve a specific problem. Yeah, the set of instructions you will be writing here and set of instructions we are joining together and we are going to or you are going to solve a specific problem that we call it as a program. And the way of writing these programs we call it as a programming. Yeah, and when you're writing the programming you can choose any of the programming languages. Like we know that there are the programming languages. When you take that, we have a lot of languages existing in uh, industry. So among all these things, we most widely used languages are C++ and Java. Like you have a .NET. Yeah. So the list goes on. Yeah. Python. So these are the languages we have. Now the first one, when you are writing before writing the program, we must know what kind of problem you are going to solve that. Yeah. Before learning the programming, we should know the approach towards the problem. We'll take a one simple example. Okay, we'll be taking the simple example. We need to find there are three persons. We need to find their their ages. Like no, we need to find the sum of their ages and average. This is a problem. Okay, if I'm asking you to write a program, so like uh, which accepts three persons age and find the sum and average of their ages. So this is a problem. Like when we do before writing a program, the first we'll solve without using programming how we'll write a algorithm and how we are going to solve this. The first thing is we write a we are going to take a this is a start of the program and we need to accept the three ages from the user. Like now we have a age 1 and age 2 and age 3 will be taking. Yeah, this is what we'll take this, and this is a start, and here we'll be taking here the age underscore 1. This is the first person age. I'll take it as a some value 45. Age underscore 2, the second person age, I'm going to take the 35, and I'll be taking the one more input, age underscore 3 equal to, I'll take the 25. So this is the three ages we are going to take it here. And this age 1, we are the 45 I'm storing into the age 1, the 35 I'm storing into age 2, the 25 I'm storing into age 3. So once we assign that, now what is the thing we need to perform? We need to find the sum and average. We need to find the next step. We are going to find the sum and average. To find the sum and average, this is the inputs I'm going to take it here, where you are going to perform the operation we are going to perform here. Yeah, this is notation I'm going to use it here. And here we need to find the sum. Sum equal to age underscore 1, age underscore 2, and age underscore 3. So we are creating a age 1 plus age 2 plus age 3. The result we are going to store it in into the sum. Yeah. Then finally we are going to find the average. AVG, I'll take it here. Sum divided by 3. Sum divided by 3, which is going to give the average. Once I get the average, then I want to print this average. I want to print the sum and the average. Then finally I'm going to stop my code. This is what I'm going to take it here. Here I'll be displaying the print. I'm going to print the sum, print average. AVG, we are going to print it here. Finally, we'll stop the program. The program is going to stop. This is what just we are writing a diagrammatical representation. First, I am taking the start, and I have taken the age 1 and age 2, age 3. This age 1 and age 2, age 3, we call it as a variables. So when you take a variables, what is a variable is to store the value, to store the values. So we use the variables. Here this variable is what type of the data you are going to store in that variable. That should be important. The kind of data, what kind of data you are going to store it into the variable, that we should know that we call it as a data type. That we call it as a data types. So here variable. So when you say variable is a name given to the memory location. Name given to the memory locations, we call it as a variables. And the data type is the kind of data the variable is going to hold. It is specified by using the data types. Data types. Now here we are storing the data. We are storing the data of type integers. We are storing the data of type integers. Now, when you are writing a program, you will be declaring the variable int. Int is a variable data type in Java. And age underscore 1, I'm going to take it here, and I'm assigning with the 45. This is what we are taking int age 1 equal to 45. What does it mean? The value 45, it will be stored in the location age 1. This location of type integer. This location is capable of holding the integer value. How that memory representation will happen, just let me explain this. This is a memory area, just imagine. So here I'm going to, I declared the one variable, and this variable this is a variable I declared internally in the memory. It is allocated, and this name of this location is, I am giving it as a age_1, and this is going to hold the value 45. This is going to hold the value 45. Internally, when the memory is allocated, it will be given the different name, and that name will be difficult to access. That's the reason we are giving the one name for that memory location, age_1. The value you are storing here is a 45. The same way, two more variables we are going to create it here, age2, age3. So just we will take this as a square shape instead of circle. This is age1, this is age2, and this is the age3. And we are declaring the, so this is a age_2, and this is a age_3. And here we are going to store this value as a 35. Here we are storing this value as a 25. Then finally, we are declaring the two more variables. One is the sum, another one is the average. This is a variable name. I'm going to take it as a sum. And this is a variable, I'm going to take it as a AVG. Now, it will be, we are performing the computations like, age1 plus age2, age3, the 45, 25, then this is a values will be added. Yeah, so before that, I should be declaring the sum equal to int sum equal to, I'm doing the age_1 plus age_2 plus age_3. So this is a age1, age2, age3. So the result of this, what are the ones, this is going to pick this value at the value at this location is age1 is 45, and location at the age2 is 35, location at the age3 is 25, and total it is going to be added. So once it is added, this is going to be the result, it is going to compute it, and the result will be 105. This is going to be the 60, 70, 100, and 105. And the average equal to, again, same thing. The average, typically, it will have the fraction values. It will have the fraction values. To store the fraction values, in Java, we use the float. Float under double will be using. Here we'll use the float. Float AVG equal to the sum divided by, I'm taking the, so 3, I'm going to take it here. The sum divided by 3 when I take this. So this is going to take the integer values, and to get the floating point value as a result, I'll divide with the 3.0f. 3.0f indicates that it's a floating point value. The f indicates that it's a floating point value. The sum divided by 103 divided by 3, which is going to be a 3, 9, and 5.0. 35 is an average age. 35 is an average age. So this is a way, when you are writing the programs, it will have a lot of basic elements. We have a data types, we have a variables, and at the same time, this we call it as an expression. Whenever you are performing the uh, uh, whenever you're writing the operators and the operands combination, that we call it as a expressions. This expression is going to evaluate, and result we will be storing into the sum. And here, same thing here also, it is going to happen. Now, this is what, without writing the program, first we should understand what is the problem and how we are going to solve this problem. So first I'll start my application, and I need a 3 variables of type integer, because ages will be given in the form of integer. Like I'm capturing all these 3 values, then I'm going to find the sum, and I'm finding the average. I'll be printing the sum and average. And once I'm done with that, just I need to stop my program. So this is a diagrammatic representation. And what is a variable is? A variable is a name given to the memory location. We call it as a variables. when you say that name given to the memory location is called variables. Okay. Now next one is data types. When you take the data types, what is a data type? So kind of data is going to store the variable. The variable is called data types. Again, data types also we have in when you are learning Java, we have a different types of data types. Two types of data types we have. One is a reference data type. Okay. Another one is a primitive data type. One is a reference data types. Another one is a primitive data types. Reference data type I may not discuss now. Just I'll tell you this. Like no, we have a reference data types like a string, object, employee. This we call it as a reference data types. We'll discuss only primitive data types at this point of time. Primitive data types means it can store only single value. You can store only single value. In Java, we have a primitive data types like a short. Then we have a yeah. The first one is I'll take the byte, then the short. These are the primitive data types: byte, short, char. Then we have a int, float, double, long, boolean. Yeah, these are the data types. So we have the primitive data types is primitive data types also known as the fundamental data types. Fundamental data types. This can hold a single value. You cannot hold the multiple values. So those are the data types are byte, short, char, int, float, double, long, and boolean. And in Java, we have total eight primitive data types. So byte, short, char, int, float, double, long, and boolean. So here these are going to store it in the numbers. Whenever you want to store the decimal values, we'll be using the float and double we'll be using. And to store the either true or false, to store the Boolean values, to store the Boolean values like either true or false, to store the true or false, we'll be using the Boolean data type called the Boolean data types. Okay. Boolean data types we'll be using that. And here, sorry, I spelled wrong. Yeah, we'll learn about the first one is int. Int, when you take that integer data types, so without fraction values, you want to store that value. To store that values, then we'll be using the integer data type, byte, short, and int. There are so many data types are exist. Why there are so many data types is to use memory effectively. There are so many data types are available. Whenever in case of the byte, it is going to take the so 1 byte, and short it is going to take the 2 bytes, and the integer it is going to take the 4 bytes. So based on the kind of data you are going to store, you should choose the a particular data types. So like now these days the memory is not a big constraint. But if you take the 10-15 years ago, memory was a big constraint. They don't want to waste the memory unnecessarily. They don't want to declare all the variables as integer when we are storing the values a particular range. So that's where like a lot of data types are exist in Java. So here the byte, short, and characters are used to store the character data types. Like when you have a single character, that will be stored in character data type. Now, when you are writing this first program, when you're writing your first program, first we need to understand the data types and what is a variable and then there is something called the operators. Okay, so when it comes to the operators, we have a lot of operators are in Java. First, we'll discuss the arithmetic operators. When you take the operators are going to perform the uh, operators are going to perform on the two operand. Operators are going to perform on two operands. What does it mean? Whenever you take the whenever you are going to take here, I have a operator operand 1 and operand 2. I have a two operands. Let's take this operand. I'm going to name this as a A. This operand, I'm going to name it as a B. Now, on this two operand, I need to perform the sum operation. Some operation we need to perform here. Some operation you are going to perform here. Like typically, what are the operations we want to perform? Suppose if you are performing the addition of these two values. Now I'll be using the arithmetic operator called the A plus B. If I want to perform the multiplication, A into B. If I want to perform the division, A divided by B. If I want to perform the subtraction, A minus B. And when you are doing the one more operator we have in Java, that is the modulus operator. That we have the operator called the modulus operator, which is going to return the remainder. Which will be returning the remainder. It is going to return that. The first we'll see the operators. We have a arithmetic operators. We have a arithmetic operators, assignment operator. Yeah, assignment operator we have. Then we have a comparison operators. Comparison operators. Then we have a logical operators. And the third one is we have the fifth one is we have a bitwise operators. Okay, bitwise operator we have that. Comparison operator, just we have a comparison operator, bitwise operator, and logical operators. These are the operators we have in Java. The first we'll discuss about the arithmetic operators. When you take the arithmetic operators, arithmetic operators are here. We have a plus, minus, multiplication, division, and modulus. These are the arithmetic operators. So how to use these arithmetic operators and what are the so when to use these arithmetic operators? Most of us aware of that. So still we'll discuss about these operators. Yeah. When you take these arithmetic operators, arithmetic operators, which is going to operate on two operands at a time. That's the reason we call it as arithmetic operators, also known as the binary operators. We call it as these operators. We call it as a binary operators. Then there is the when you take this A plus B. Suppose if I'm doing the A plus B plus C. When you take this expression, the first is going to perform the A and B. It is going to add first. The result, whatever you are getting the result, that will be added to the C. So the arithmetic operators can operate only on two operands. The result you are going to add to the another operand we are going to add it here. So these are the operators we will be learning about that. We'll be learning about that. First, we'll see the arithmetic operators, how to use the arithmetic operators, and to solve our first problem. What we need to start with is we need to take the three persons' age, and we have to find the sum and average of their ages. Sum and average of their ages, we need to find that. Now, to write this program, we understand what is operator, and we understand what is a data type, and we understand what is an expression, and understand arithmetic operators. With this, what are the concepts we discussed so far? By using those concepts, I can solve this problem. I can solve this problem. Now, to solve this problem, you need to choose the one of the programming language. Now we are choosing it as the programming language called the Java. When you take this Java programming language, so we need to follow the a certain rules. Whenever you write a Java program, this Java program needs to be the program needs to be created, and we have to create to write your first Java program. First, you need to create a file with the extension, yeah, .java. The file name must have the, so you are going to give this, and here I am giving this sum and average age. This is my class name. I'm going to give it here. The sum and average age .java. The file extension in Java programming is .java. And once you write this program needs to compile. This program needs to compile. To compile this program, we use the command called the javac. So what is a compiler is, like whatever the program you are written here, this is written in a high level. The high level program needs to be converted into the mission understandable language. The job of this compiler is to convert the high level language into the mission understandable language, to convert the high level instructions into the mission understandable instructions is done by the javac. Javac is a Java compiler. Once you compile this program in Java, it is not going to generate directly executable. Instead, it will generate the intermediate code. This is the average age dot class it will generate. Yeah. So Java is a platform independent programming language where once you write a Java program, once you compile, it will generate the intermediate code. Intermediate code. This contains the bytecode instructions. This contains the bytecode instructions, and these bytecode instructions are not specific to the operating system. It is a specific to the JVM. JVM stands for the Java Virtual Machine. Java stands for Virtual Machine. Java Virtual Machine. So once you compile your program, it generates the intermediate code, that is a bytecode, and this bytecode is specific to the JVM. To execute your program, we need to use the command called the Java, and you'll say that what is your class name? What is your class name? You are going to specify this. When you write this Java sum and average of age, this is a class name. This command, it will start your Java virtual machine, and it will load this class into the memory. Then it will start executing. It will start executing. So I'll show you the practically how this works. And before that, we should understand the two things. Java, when you are saying that there is a JSE, JEE, JME. These are the three standards they have given. Java is given Java Standard Edition, where by using this you can develop the standalone applications. Standalone applications. And JEE, Java Enterprise Edition. So whenever you're working with the enterprise grade applications, we'll be using the JEE, where they will be having the, the concepts are like, servers, database interactions. Those all these things will be done by using the JEE. And JME stands for the Java Micro Edition. So this is used in a mobile gaming development. The mobile related application development will be done by using the JME. And when you take the JSE, now we are learning the JSE. So Java Standard Edition, we can say that. So by using JSE, we can develop the standard applications. Yeah. So these applications may not run in a server. So to run the servers, again, we need to use the J2EE programming. We need to use that. When you take the JSE or Java Standard Edition, we are going to download the Java. Once you download the Java, so this, when you install the Java, this will install the two things. One is a JDK and another one is a JRE. One is a JDK and JRE. And if you have already installed the Java, I'll show you that what it contains and where it is going to store this. This is what, once you install the Java in your machine, it is going to install the two things. One is a JDK, another one is a JRE. JDK stands for the Java Development Kit. JDK stands for the Java Development Kit, and JRE stands for the Java Runtime Environment. Java Runtime Environment. So to develop Java applications, so the compilers, debuggers, and necessary tools is provided by the JDK. So JDK stands for the Java Development Kit. It consists of the compilers, debuggers, and necessary tools to develop the Java application. As a developer, you must install the JDK, and a client machine where you are going to run your applications, you will be using the JRE. JRE is a Java runtime environment where what are the applications you developed by using the JDK, to run that applications we use the JRE. JRE stands for Java Runtime Environment. This runtime environment contains the libraries and the necessary tools to run the Java application, whatever you developed by the using the JDK. So the JDK internally contains the JVM, and other libraries to run your Java application. So you may get the doubt, what is a JVM? Like, no, I'm specifying that, JVM. These are the key three things we are aware of that whenever we are working with the JVM. So JVM is also another software. Like when you take the Java program, the first one is I'm writing my Java program. This is a Java program I'm taking here, and once I compile this Java program by using the command called the Java C. Once if I do the compilation of my program, then it will generate the one .class file. Once it gets the .class file, we have operating systems like we have a Windows, Linux, and a Mac. And this executable file, whatever I am taking the executable file, not executable file, this is a file. Once I compile this, it will generate the .class file. This is a .java file. Like, just I'll take that as a hello.java. Once I compile this program, by using the Java C hello.java, when I compile, this will generate the intermediate code. It will generate the intermediate code called the hello.class. And this program needs to be executed on any operating system. Like, this is a Windows. This is let's take it as a Unix or Linux or Ubuntu, something you are going to take it here. And I'm taking here it's a Mac OS. Yeah. Now this hello class needs to be executed on any machines. Any machines on Windows, Unix, or Mac, it has to run that. To run on any machine, what they have done, that Java people has created, they created a sandbox that's called the Java runtime environment on top of your operating system. In this sandbox, it contains the JRE, Java runtime environment, and Java runtime environment internally it contains the JRE. What it does is that whenever you start the JRE, this will take this .class file. Again, the .class file JVM, what it does is that it will convert your .class file bytecode instructions to the underlying operating system. Then the program will start executing. So the first one is whatever the compilation time it is generated the .class file. These .class files are not understood by your operating systems. Again, on the top of your operating system, the Java is going to install the sandbox. In that sandbox, it contains the Java runtime environment. All your Java programs are going to run that environment. And when you give this .class file, and when you start with the command called the Java, if you give this hello, this is your .class file. it will start the Java runtime environment and it will load this class into the memory, and it will convert the bytecode instructions into the specific operating system, and the program will be executed. This is a way that Java has made it as the platform independent. Platform independent. You compile once, run anywhere. Compile once and run anywhere. So let me show you the Java official document. Official document. Just let me show you that. So yeah. So yeah. Do you have any questions so far? Whatever I'm discussing. Yeah. Anyone has questions?
Oh, you can carry
Lakshman, quick question. So you
Yeah. Go
said
ahead.
once you create .java file like a hello.java, the same
Uh-huh.
file name, like class name is also same as the file name.
Exactly. Exactly. It will not change that. It's the same as the class name. So same as a file name. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I'll show you that, like, so how Java application works. Yeah, this is official document. I will put this document as a reference link. This is a reference link. I'll just add it here. Now here, when you write a hello world example and how this works. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Mm. Um, Getting started. This is what we are going to take it here. Let me go to the previous. Yeah, this the basic document has provided a lot of information. Yeah, we can see that. Learning language, yes. No, yeah. Getting started and Java technology. Fine. So this is what just we can say that the features of the language are like the buzzwords of the Java when they are initially released that. So some of the buzzwords what they have used, and this is some people will say that these are the features of the Java language. We'll discuss that part. So how Java program execute, just I want to show that. When you write your program and you'll give to the Java compiler, which will generate a dot class file. And once dot class file has to be loaded into the memory, and the dot class files will be executed by the Java virtual machine. Again, convert, it will convert into the what operating system you're using, underlying operating system instructions, it is going to convert that. So this is what your Java program works. Once you write your
So
Java program, yeah,
Java virtual machine is runtime JRE.
exactly.
Oh,
Okay. So JRE contains more than that. So the JVM in the JRE consists the JVM. Yeah.
yeah.
Now this is a hello world example we'll be writing here. When you write your Java program, and this Java program is written in a high level, and it needs to be converted into the mission understandable language. Like in C and C++ programs, when you take that, once you compile directly, you will get a executables. The problem with that executables is, suppose if you are generating the Windows specific executables, it cannot run it in another operating systems. Those programs cannot run it in other operating systems. So Java has taken a different approach. What they have taken that whenever you compile, it will generate the intermediate code. This intermediate code is specific to the JVM. it's a like wherever the operating system which contains the JVM, you can run the dot class files, regardless what operating system you are using. Only it requires the Java runtime environment. Java runtime environment internally it consists of the JVM. So once you have a Windows machine or Unix or Mac OS, if the operating system is install the JVM, you can run these executables. You can run the dot class files, not executables. It is an intermediate code that contains the bytecode. These bytecodes can be run by using the Java virtual machines. So this is a way they made it as a platform independent. Once you generate a distributed files, and that distributed files can be run on any operating system wherever your Java runtime environment is present. Yeah. Now, when you're writing this program, how this works, and we'll see first command line, then we'll come back to the by using the Eclipse IDE. How are you going to do that? We'll see that. Yeah. Before you are typing your program, first ensure that you have installed the Java. And last session I told Java installation is a very simple and straightforward. What are the executable file you are downloading? You download from the official site. It will ask you for the registration. Yeah, please register with them. Yeah, this for the only analytics purpose they will use. Here you will take this. Once you download that, it's going to download the Windows version it is downloading. I have two versions. One is 13 and 8. You download the 8, or if it's a 13 also, that's fine. Then you click on the executable file in case of the Windows. Just you follow the installation wizard. Yeah, that will take you to all the installation. It will be done. It is going to install the two things. One is a JDK, another one is a JRE. In Windows machine, it will be installed program files, and Java, here it is going to install the JDK and JRE. JDK and JRE. JDK internally consists the JRE, and JRE, both we are going to install that. Once you install that, to check that whether my Java is installed properly or not, use this CMD, and where you are going to type the Java C, which is a Java compiler, Java, which is Java runtime environment. Both are working fine. There is no problem. Yes, we created the installation is successful. Now first we'll write a one program in the command prompt. Same program we'll take to the IDE. So how it is going to execute that. First I'm going to create a mkdir. I'll create a one directory. So morning m_batch _3. Just let me create this mkdir. Yeah, cd m underscore, I have a m_batch3. Here copy con. So just I'm going to create a copy con. So this copy con is using for to create the command to create a file. Yeah, in Windows. Just nothing but you are creating a notepad. Okay, not to copy con. We'll say that welcome .java. Whenever you are giving the file name will be starting letter should be the capital letter. That's the naming conventions. And the class names are preferably the nouns, preferably nouns. And next one is the class name. If it is consists two letters, just we are saying that hello world. Hello world. The word beginning letter should be in a capital letter. This is the conventions we follow in Java. These are conventions we follow in Java. Now I'm going to give the hello.java. So this is going to create a file for me. Yeah. When I see this, I have a one file called the hello world.java. This is created and the size is a 0. It doesn't have, it didn't take, we didn't type anything. Just it is a empty file we created here. This file can be opened with the notepad or any favorite your editors. I'll use the notepad. So just I'll type the hello world.java. So this is a program. It is created hello world. Hello world. There is nothing, and we write your program public. So here the public is access specifier. We call it in Java. What is the access specifier is like, the visibility of this class is specified by using the access specifiers. So in Java, we have a 4 access specifiers: public, private, protected, and default. So don't worry too much about that. At this point of time, you just take it as the class will be declared with the public, and the class is a keyword. We are declaring the class keyword, and your class name and name of the class must be the same. Name of the file must be the same. The class name and name of the file must be the same. I'm going to give it as a hello world. This is a class definition I'm going to give it here. When I take this class, this is a declaration. I am going to do this public. This is a public class, and this is a class type, because we have in Java classes, interfaces, enums. So this is a 3 concepts we have: class, interface, and enums. We need to tell that what type of this element is. This element is, I'm going to say it as a class. Here we have something called the interface. We have another one called the enum, and there is another type called the class. Yeah, any one of these things can be used. Now, whether you are declaring the interface or enum or class, we need to tell that. Now I'm saying that this is a class, this is not a interface. This is a class. The name of the class name is hello world. This is the same as a class name. Now, to start your program, any programming languages, to start your program, there should be an entry point. This entry point in Java, it is a main method. It's a main method. To write the main method, the signature is public. This is a public method, and it is a static method. Void means it is not going to return any value. It is not going to return any value. And the name of the method is main. Name of the method is a main, and this is going to take the string array as an argument. This is the main method signature. This is a public method. This is a static method. The static method means without creating the object, this method can be accessed. This method can be accessed. In detail, we'll discuss in upcoming sessions. Void means there is no return. It is not going to return any value. And name of the method is a main. And here we are giving the string array. This is the names we are going to give it as some people will take the args. Yeah, you can give the any name. There is no problem with the variable names. But this must be a string array. This is the main method signature. And whatever you are going to type it in Java, we have to type it inside the method. Now I'm not saying the function, I'm saying it as a method. What is the difference between function and a method is function can be written outside, method has to be written inside the class. And what are the message you want to print it here? You will be printing here system.out.println. System.out.println. System is a class, out is a field. So which will be connected with the standard output device. It is a monitor, or we can say console. So this will be connected with your console or a monitor, and println is a method. Whatever you are going to print, it will be printed on the system console. So system to print any message on the console, we use the system.out.println. Here we are going to say that welcome to Java world. Welcome to Java world. This is what I'm saying here, and every statement will be terminated with the semicolon. Yeah, every statement will be terminated with the semicolon. So this is what we are going to write it here. And public class, I'm opening the curly brace, and my class is ended here. And I have written the public static void main. Few people will take this way of writing, and some of them will be writing the next statement as opening the method, and what are the logic or whatever you are going to print it here, you will be printing in the opening and closing of this method, and every statement will be terminated with the colon. So now I'm going to remove this, and what happens, just let me see this. I'm going to compile my program Java C hello.java. This program is compilation error. Hello world expected the colon, it is saying that the semicolon, it is expecting, it is going to say that. Now here the system.out.println, it has got the compilation error. Again I have to go back and I will be adding this. Now I'll be compiling this program. Once I compile this program, if there is no compilation errors, it will generate a dot class file. This is a dot class file is generated, and this dot class file now I need to execute. That. So far, whatever the program you have written, it is in your hard disk, and the dot class file also it is in hard disk. Yeah, we stored in a D drive, C drive. We stored in batch 3. It is stored here. What we need to, when you are executing this program needs to be executed in RAM. It has to brought it into the memory. Then it has to go and run it in a Java environment. To start the Java runtime environment, we use the command called the Java. The moment you use the Java command, it is going to load whatever the class you are giving here. There is no dot class, just you will say that your class name. What it does is that it will load this dot class file into the memory, and the JVM will look for the main method. And it will start, it invokes the main method. It will start executing your program. Now, when I execute this, it is going to done it the welcome to Java world. It's printed here. So now if you look at this diagram, you will understand that. So first we are writing a Java program, then we are compiling Java program. Once compilation is done, it will generate the dot class file. This dot class file contains the bytecode instructions. These bytecode instructions are known to the only JVM. To start the JVM, we use the command called the Java command. By using the Java command, it will load this dot class file into the memory, and it will invoke the main method, and the program is going to execute. So once you compile your program, wherever JVM is present on any operating system, if the JVM is present, you can execute your program. This is a way the Java program execution happens. The same program, if we are doing the IDE, so integrated development environment, if you are using, it will become very quick, because the command prompt, when you take the notepad and command prompt, when you take this example, whenever I got an error, again I have to go to the editor, I fix the problem, again I come back and I'll compile my program, then again I'm going to execute that program. Whatever the output you are seeing, again I'm going and seeing in the console. So these are the you will be switching to the multiple places to execute your simple program. If there is a tool which will integrate all the, give the integration of your console, Java runtime environment, editor, then my job will be easy, and I can perform all these operations in a single place. That's where we use the IDEs, integrated development environment. Whatever your application you are going to develop, and all the tools, they have integrated in a single place. And in a workplace, most of the times you will be using the IDEs. Why I have explained in the first program with the command prompt is, we should know how internally how the program is going to execute. We want to know about that. That's the reason I use the command prompt as our first example. Now the same thing if I'm writing in Eclipse. So yesterday last class we created the project, how to create a project, that. Yeah, even if you're missed the last class, that is fine. Once you open the Eclipse, you just create a new Java project. You name that project, Java project you create, and you give it as a something, CJ. You give that and you click on finish, which is going to create a project for you. Now here, once the project is created, now I'm going to create one new class.
Lakshman,
And
a
I'll say
quick
that.
question. Quick
Yeah,
question,
go ahead,
Lakshman.
please.
So
Yeah, go
whatever
ahead.
you created hello world file right now, project, so I don't see it here right now. So is the same path you did create at the hello world?
No, that is different. That's a directory I created in my C drive I created.
Oh, okay.
This is created in a different directory. Yeah, this is a place. This is created here. We created here.
Okay.
This is
So
entirely different directory created.
oh, okay. So that's a different directory, whatever you're using IntelliJ. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this here, I'm going to create that same file here. Yeah. When
Sure.
you're working
Sure.
with the same application IDE, how we'll create that? Just I'm going to demonstrate. Yeah. Yeah. Did you get this? Yeah.
Yes, Lakshman.
Okay, fine. Now I'm going to create a class. I'm going to create a class, new class. I'll take this class name as a hello world. And here I created a package com dot. Let's put it as this is a package name is day one. I'm going to make it here. Yeah, day one. This is the name of the package. So the package is it's like another directory. So when you're building a application, you will have we'll have a multiple classes and you will be declaring the multiple interfaces. All related classes and interfaces, we have to store it in a separate folder. That we call it as a package. That we call it as a package. It's a best example is whenever you buy a laptop or even if you are using your personal laptop, we organize very well, especially the movies and songs or project related documents. You'll be working on multiple projects or you will be having the multiple movies again you classify into the different directories. Yeah, again internally you will further classify into the different directories. No, so all related files you will be storing in a particular directory. So that is a concern. We'll take care of about the movies and songs and what are the documents. Even when you are working in a projects also, we have to take care. The managing of your source code has to be maintained very well. Otherwise, it leads to a lot of confusion because it has to be maintained in a long run. So all related classes and the interfaces, what are the related stuff will move to a separate folder. That folder we call it as a package. And the package naming conventions is always reverse of your domain name followed by your project name and module name. So here I'm using the com.newbase is a company name and CJ is a core Java and day one is my module name. Yeah, in actual projects, you'll give your project name and you are going to give the sub module. Like if you are working on the admin module, you'll say admin module. If you say that user module, it is a user module. Again, the modules internal it contains payroll. If you are working on that, just you'll get it as a payroll. Yeah, that's depends on the project what you are working, and you'll see that. Now, when I say that the first statement package is created, public class hello world it is created, and I'm going to write a main method here. This is a main method declaration, public static void main. To create the shortcut for that, psvm and control space. Oh no, yeah, sorry. Main control space. psvm is in a NetBeans. In Eclipse, it is a main. You say that main control space, which will generate the main method for you. So you just type the main control space. It is going to generate the main method for you. To print the message sys out, you control space again. You just say that sys out control space, which will generate the main method. Welcome to Java world. Yeah. Suppose if I make any error, like I made a compilation error, it is going to highlight here there itself. This IDE, it is giving us a error. Hey boss, you missed the end of the statement. You fix that, otherwise I will not compile that. The moment you write a line, immediately it will be compiled. So in case of the command line, what we did, we have written a program. After compilation time, we'll come to know that, oh, there is a problem with the missing the end of the statement. Again, we went to the editor, we fixed that. Again, we came back. Again, we we compile. So this is the way back and forth we'll do that. In case of the IDEs, it will help you. So here itself, it is highlighting that, hey boss, you missed that. Now, how I'm going to fix that. Once you have done with all these things, now to run this application, you just say that run as Java application, which is going to print the output, welcome to Java world. Welcome to Java world. Now you may get the one more doubt. Where is the Java C and where the .class file is generated? Where is the Java command is executed? All these things, whenever I say run as Java, which is going to behind the scenes, it is going to, the ID is going to call the Java command and it will send this .class file. Yeah. And the Java C is the moment you write a line of the code, immediately it is going to compile and it will generate the .class file. Yeah, I'll show you that where it is generated the .class files in case of this application. Whether it's generated or not, we want to see that. So here the core Java, and there is a bin directory. You can go to the bin directory. We created the CJ day 1. You can see .class file here. This is a .class file is generated. Yeah, all these things has been abstracted by the IDEs. Just we will see only right click, or we'll see the click button, which is going to click on that, which will run your Java application. So this is the advantage of using the IDE. It is going to provide the key assistance. Yeah, like when I type the SYS out and it generated the system.out.println, and at the same time everything is integrated in one place. Like to run my applications, we require the JRE. To see my output, I need a console. Everything is, and to type my program, I need a editor. Everything is integrated in one place. So that's the reason we call it as IDEs, integrated development environment. Yeah. So do you have any questions so far?
No, you carry on.
Yeah, well, please go ahead, please. Okay.
No, as of now, we don't have any
Questions. Okay, fine. Yeah, this is the way we will execute our programs. Yeah. So today class we discuss what is a programming and what is a program, and what are the different programming languages, what is the variables, what is the data types, and arithmetic operators. And we discussed about the arithmetic operators. We need to use that, and how to create a Java program, and what is a Java C, and what is a Java command, and Java flavors like JSC, JWE, and the main components of the JDK, JRE, JVM. What is this? We discussed about that, and then we have executed a Java program by using the command line, and at the same time by using the Eclipse, we executed a simple program. Yeah. So that's all for today. Before we wind up the session, do you have any specific question? I'll take your questions. This class will start from the 6:30 to 7:30, the timings. Yeah, 6 o'clock is few people saying that it's too early. Yeah, 6:30 to 7:30 to start. Daily 1 hour class, 1 hour session. And I'll share material, the PDF material with you. Like whatever the concepts I discussed, I'll write the running notes. At the same time, that PDF contains all this information. Yeah.
And Lakshman, this is Venk. Can you add
Yeah.
in the PDF? Can you include the link also where you showed me that all the details,
Sure.
like Oracle
No,
links?
this entire project will be shared with you, Venkat. Okay.
Yeah, that sounds
This
good.
entire source code, whatever I execute the source code, and what are the sessions you are going through the videos, and at the same time the PDF document will be shared with you.
Sounds good. Thanks, Lakshman. It's very clear and understand.
Oh, thank you so much. Okay, others, Harita, Gangadhar, do you have any questions?
So far I'm good, Lakshman Garu.
Okay, fine. Thank you. Okay. Okay. So then tomorrow we'll meet at 6:30. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.